Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Gunther Show. Thank y'all so much for watching. I need you to do three things: like, share, and tag somebody in this video. On today, I am extremely honored. I can't even call him my little bro no more because, you know, y'all see his arms, y'all see his stature. Well, let me take it back. I knew him before he even blew up. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, got my bro, Shahaun. What's up with you, man?
Not much, man. Appreciate it. Honor to be here, man.
Man, no problem, man. Thanks for, taking this time out with me, chopping it up. Congrats on the phenomenal season that, you guys had. So take me back to the beginning stages, man. How did everything turn out for you this year?
Well, I'm gonna take you back in the summertime when I was back here, actually back home training.
Yeah.
With my trainer, and he just sat me down one day, and because before that, I was out of football.
Right.
So he was like, "What's your goals this year, and what you want to do?" And I just looked at him and said, "I want this to be the biggest year yet, and I want to train like it too."
Right.
I was like, "I don't want to just get back in and easing my way back in. I want it to be a real big year for me." So,
yeah.
We just hit the ground running, just training real hard every single day and focusing on something, just getting better the next day. And then I went up to school. It was time for camp.
Yeah.
And, like I said, I wasn't there for summer workouts. And everyone could just see, with the conditioning test, how in shape I was, how strong I was. And then it kind of translated into the season. And we just hit the ground running.
Do you think that a lot of your teammates were surprised at the progress that you made?
I wouldn't probably, but at the same time, they know how hard I work, how serious I take it. But I think it probably was for sure some guys thinking like, oh, we didn't expect them to like be this in shape or
to
this
just
strong,
come back and just shock everybody.
Right. So I wouldn't doubt it. I'd say, it's probably a few people.
Oh yeah, man. Like I remember you had actually reached out to me a couple times, and I didn't know this. Like I didn't know how bad you had got hurt, because most people forget there was a time where you were even considering like, I don't even think I want to play.
Right, because going back to my sophomore year in 2015, because I started as a freshman. Then in 2015 I got hurt my sophomore year.
Yeah,
and I had sprained my MCL and broken a bone in my ankle. So that was real hard. And
yeah,
I was out for the rest of the season. And it was a lot of things going on, like, just being depressed, like I can't be on the field.
Yeah.
I'm up here, in school, college, it's hard, just to watch everybody else, and I'm just sitting back. And that was also my second time with a big injury that, so it was just hard to deal with. So I ended up transferring back home to YSU, did my year residence where you had to sit out when you transfer.
Yeah.
And after that, just coaches didn't, they seen something different, thought I wasn't getting, opportunity to showcase myself. So I was like, I'm not just going to sit here and rot on the bench and just sit back and waste my year. So that's when, I really started to think like, okay, I've been injured. I didn't, I'm here now. I didn't transfer. I was thinking about giving up, just
all the way.
Just becoming a regular student, just going to class and just giving up on football. But I talked with, some of my real close friends and family. It was like, why give up on your dream? It's a lot of people in the world that wish they had the opportunity still, and you still got the opportunity. So
yeah, because like most people will take a look at you, and if you get hurt, they're like, man, he's done. It's over with. But you're right. You did have an opportunity to come back stronger than ever. And, look what came out of it, to see the, success that, you had. But earlier you had mentioned that you weren't really given a chance to showcase what you could do. Do you feel that's why the situation with you at YSU didn't work out, or do you feel that it just wasn't for you in the first place?
I feel like that'll be the reason, because the year, like I said, I was already at YSU for about a year and a half actually. And that year that I was there just practicing with the team, this was the year they went to the national championship. Yeah. And, it was a great time. I had fun, loved going to practice. I played my role well on the scout team, helped getting those guys better. And it was a great experience. I was having fun. I was picturing myself, being at YSU, graduating, finishing my career here. Yeah. But once that came up, for going into fall camp, it was just like, everything that I pictured, me finishing playing football here. Yeah. If I can't play, then they're not giving me the chance to, showcase my talents or just to get on the field. Yeah. Just to show them what I can do, then there's no point to just sit back.
So did Notre Dame welcome you back with open arms, or was it a little bit like a hostility there? Like, well, he's got to work his way back up like everybody else now, or?
Going back, it wasn't no hostility at all. Even even with the coaches and nobody.
Yeah.
It was like you want to come back. We both got 2 goals. Like your goal is to win, our goal is to win. Come on back, and they welcomed me with open arms, and I'm grateful they did that.
Take me back to your first game back. What was that like for you?
Man, it was a surreal moment. Like I had to stop. Like just coming up right before kickoff, I'm like, wow, I'm really back in Notre Dame. And the first kickoff we had, the first game we had Shepherd, and they were ranked 14th in the country, and we were coming in unranked. Like picked to finish, I think it was 3rd in the conference. So we were an unranked team, and Shepherd's always the big game in our conference every year for everybody. So it was a real big game. It was a lot of people there, and there was a lot of hype around it. You know, this being my first game. Yeah. So
it's like the return. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I'm finally back.
Basically, so I just went out there and just tried to play my game and stay calm, and we all ended up playing great that day. Ended up, upsetting them.
Yeah, and one of the things that I've always admired about, people such as you is you take all of the things that could have basically stopped you, but you use it to help you. You use it to keep you going, and you use it for, you to stay focused. How important was it for you, seeing everything that you had been through, that you just stayed focused and kept pushing through?
Well, with myself, I just use it as motivation, honestly, and I take that, on the field and off the field, if every time I get knocked down, I'm gonna get up.
Yeah.
You can knock me down, 9 times, I'm gonna get up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many times I get knocked off that pedestal or have a loss or with anything in life, just period. Just use it as motivation as, I'm gonna get back on my feet and I'm gonna get right and I'm gonna come back better than I was before.
You mentioned earlier in your training that you wanted your training to be up notch. You wanted it to be, all the way up because you said, no, I don't want to ease my way in here because of the goals I have set for myself. Mm-hmm. So as you're training and as you're going through that process, now look at you as somebody who is the all-time sacks leader. When you became the all-time sacks leader, did you feel that everything that you went through was worth it?
Definitely. I stopped and was like, I wouldn't want it no other way.
It's kind of like, they wrote you off, but now they have to write you in history.
Basically, yeah. And that's what makes the moment so much sweeter. It's like that everything that happened to me before helped me get to where I'm at today.
Yeah. So take me back through the all-time sacks game. Like, I'm pretty sure they had already let you know you needed a certain number to get it. Mm-hmm. So were you thinking about trying to hurry up and get it, or was it just a regular game for you?
The one in Division II?
Yeah.
Honestly, I wasn't even thinking about it at all because it was our playoff it was the national semifinals, the game before the championship. So I had no idea, honestly. I think my position coach, he let me know that I was like 2 away from it. I think it was earlier in the week or right before the trip. But I was so wrapped up and so focused on going out there and just doing my job, doing anything possible to help us win and get to the national championship that honestly I forgot all about it. Honestly. Yeah. So that's why on the play that it happened, a couple of teammates asked me, it was like, well, usually you're a guy showboating and stuff like that. You're getting up hype. I didn't even know it was happening. Yeah. I was just so tied up in the game and so focused in the game.
Most of the time what happens is just like, you said, you focus, you're not really worried about individual accolades because the team is the most important thing right now. You guys got a championship in mind. Mm-hmm. You're trying to, win. So going into the playoffs and obviously winning is your mindset. Was there anything on a personal level that you wanted to achieve that most people wouldn't have even guessed?
All-American.
So when you became an All-American, mm-hmm. and, when they put your name out there, you was first team, everybody was going crazy. Mm-hmm. And when you were finally able to talk about it, were you finally going to let your teammates know, all right, guys, I actually wanted to do this all along, I just didn't tell y'all? Because knowing me, I'd be like, look, I was trying to be all-team. I was trying to be first team all-conference. I ain't want to tell y'all because y'all have been hating.
Yeah, but, I told a few guys, that's a goal I set for myself before the season.
Yeah.
And, most people hear that and be like, All-American? You didn't even play last year. You sure you don't want all-conference or comeback player of the year or something like that? I'm like, no, yeah. I want the best one. I want All-American. But, yeah, I told a few people where, they were just like, they were in awe about it. They were like, man, that's crazy. Congratulations.
It's also crazy how, even back in high school, you was first team all state, but a lot of people didn't even give you a lot of credit.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really think you were that good because of all the talent that was already there. Take me back to those Ursuline days, man. Like, how did you stay motivated there?
Man,
Because y'all already know my situation was crazy. So I wonder, how did y'all stay focused?
It was, it was like what you said, like just not getting the credit when the credit is due.
Yeah.
And as I came in, I didn't play freshman year because, like I mentioned earlier, that was my first big injury I had my freshman year.
Right.
I tore my ACL and meniscus, so I had to sit out that year. And coming in as a sophomore, which is basically my freshman year,
Yeah.
out there on varsity and to make all state that year, you would think, this kid he's good. Like, we need to check into him. We need to look into him. But that just kept me going. That's what kept me focused. Just kept driving me when I was there. And
yeah.
I use that as motivation to basically just keep going. They might not hear me now, but they're gonna know my name.
Yeah, and to see what you were able to accomplish, even when you were there, even when the team wasn't necessarily on a good record, because they, unfortunately the wins weren't as much.
Right.
But to see how you continue to just keep striving and you just kept your head on straight, look what came out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what advice would you give to even those younger players that may be watching this that are on a bad team? They're getting their numbers, they're getting their sacks, they're getting their tackles, but they're not winning. But something is still like keeping them going. So, like, what advice would you give to them?
Man, on the personal advice, I just say just keep working hard every day, keep getting better at anything, because it's always something you can get better at. Be better than the day you were before, and just to keep striving for greatness, even if the results might not be there that you want to be. You might not be winning games all the time, or successful how you want to be, but just make sure you're better. You're getting better as an athlete, as a person, and once others see that around you, it's leadership. They'll want to be just like it. So
they will.
They'll start, that work ethic will start rubbing off on them and other things like that. And just watching more film, like I said, that work ethic, and the wins will come.
Your work ethic has always been something nobody could question. To see how you started now to where you're at, and you continue to just push and push. Now, you're the all-time sacks leader. But what is it that you want to accomplish next year?
National championship.
And I mean, that's just being not even cocky, but you just telling, like, look, I need a chip before I leave here.
Right. Like, we won our first conference championship this year in program history, and that was a big moment for us, and it was a real huge accomplishment for us and as a program, and it was no other feeling. Like, I had an incredible feeling that day. Like, I'm right now, I'm just rethinking it now, but. That was a huge feeling. Once we got into the playoffs, we were like, we want to experience that again, but something even greater. So
because
we won a national championship now.
One of the things I've always admired, and I don't say this in a cocky way, but when you're playing in a regular season, a lot of times you'll have your ups, you'll have your downs. Postseason is when it all matters.
Right.
And special players turn it on in the postseason. Special players, because they know that moment is so big. Mm-hmm. They know that this is what we've been working for. We may have been beefing all year, but right here is the moment that now I rise and now I'm ready to conquer it.
Yep.
What was your greatest accomplishment in the postseason?
In the postseason this past year?
This past year, what do you feel was your greatest accomplishment in the postseason?
I think that first playoff, the first home game that we won. Matter of fact, I'll say the 2 home games we won.
Yeah.
Because just to host the playoff game was big, but we had home field advantage. So those first 2 games at our own field, in our own city, hosting a playoff game, that was huge. So I think just getting those 2 wins, for the program was very big.
Especially because most people don't even know this, but Notre Dame College is not even a football school. Most people don't go there. They don't really recruit too much. But do you feel that you single-handedly put the program back on the map?
I don't want to take all the credit.
Okay, you won't say it. I'll say it for you. Did y'all see what this man accomplished? He ain't gonna say it, but I'll say it for him. Say, nah, go ahead.
But definitely with my teammates and the coaching staff. Us all as a whole. I think we for sure put the school on the map now, and everyone knows that the Notre Dame College we're known now as Notre Dame College, the other Notre Dame, not the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. So. I think for sure we definitely put the school on the map.
You mentioned your teammates, and it's incredible how you always want to make sure that you give them credit, because no matter how great you are, if you don't have that great supporting cast, those people that play their role, you can't do what you do. One of your former teammates, Darian Hall from the University of Pittsburgh, is one of the most sought out athletes in this country, has now been invited to the NFL draft. How excited does that make you to see that one of the guys that I grew up with, that I went to battle with, is now getting a chance to possibly go to the NFL?
Man, that is crazy, man, because, like, it's one thing to just play with, you know, somebody like that.
Yeah.
But then it's another thing when, like, we end up being just best friends, you know. Darren is one of my best friends, man. It's, you know, we call each other brothers.
Yeah.
You know, we talk to each other every other day. And just to see his success, it's like I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
Like, I get super excited about it. And,
oh, yeah.
That's how we is about each other, you know. During this past season, he would have a big game, and then I'll turn around and be like, you know, it's my turn now. Or he'll text me and be like, all right, it's your turn now. Or I'll text him and be like, all right, it's your turn now.
Notice how, like, all big time D1 and D2 athletes can, like, say that versus people like me. We just don't have that ability. But man, that is incredible though, man, to just see that genuine support, that genuine love too, that you have for somebody such as him, and maybe even those people that didn't want to go into the sports route, but now they went to do some great things, like, I don't know, come up with movie apps like Dez and Amandre, bro. How proud of you? Like, how proud does that make you when you see two of your best friends actually out here, you know, following their dreams and just keep pushing and keep grinding?
Man, it's sometimes I can't even, you know, find the words to even think about, you know, to talk about it, because it's just so amazing how great they're doing and how much, you know, how proud, like, they're making us as a circle, you know, as our friends, you know. We all use it as motivation. You know, they might see me on the field doing like, oh man, Shahaun, like one of the top players in the country, and then, you know what, I got to be one of the top people in the country with my app. I got to make my app one of the best in the country. Now they're doing that. We just use it as motivation, and, you know, it's also a support system too. You know, just to be there for each other, because that's important, man. When you're doing something that you love and you got a passion for it, it's great to have that support system.
Man, support system is crazy key. You know, support system is something that we all need. So this upcoming year, you've already let it be known you want to win a national championship. In the event that you guys win the national championship, will you put your name in the draft?
Definitely, yeah. That's always been a long-term goal for me as a child.
Yeah.
And I heard a lot of, like, you know, rumors and stuff this year about how, you know, he could possibly leave things online and stuff like that. How I could have, you know, did it this year, but it just wouldn't have felt right if I just left, because I still feel like I have unfinished business, and I owe it to my teammates to go back and give them my all. Yeah.
Plus, like, you just gotta feel right about doing it. You know, like you just can't abort the assignment. You know, you still got things that you feel like, now, like, I want to accomplish this. Now, don't get me wrong. If the opportunity is there, you know, you definitely would like to. But sometimes, you know, it's just not the right moment. It's just not the right time. But to see people such as yourself, Darian, Lynn Bolden, Mark Hughes, Dave Collins, all come from this area and put on for the city, man, how does that make you feel? Just to know that you're in that group and in that discussion as maybe arguably one of the best athletes to come out of the Youngstown area.
It's an honor, man, because, like you said, you named those guys, and those guys are tremendous, you know, athletes, man. They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're amazing, man. So to just be mentioned in that category is an honor. But then when you take the time to think about, like, all the athletes that have come through this area and, you know, that have made it big just from this small town, that's even a bigger picture where you just sit back and be like, man, that's phenomenal.
And Youngstown actually produces a lot of the NFL players. And, like, I was watching ESPN, I believe it was Will Kane, and he was just saying that most of the athletes in the NFL have come from Youngstown, Ohio.
Right, because they do it. I think it was off of the ratio, like the size.
They did,
yeah. And it's crazy, you know. While we're on the subject, you know, this weekend on Sunday in the Super Bowl, we got players from Youngstown on each team.
Sure do.
Yeah, so
it's crazy because some of the players went to that one school on the south side, whose name I will not say. I would just like to say, I never lost to y'all in b-ball. You realize how good that makes me feel? I never lost to y'all. Bam. That's a crazy accomplishment, man.
be undefeated against them. Man.
It
I
is.
almost pulled it out senior year.
I mean, 3 out of 4 ain't bad, dog.
We took an L to them senior year. Third, I'll take the 3-1 record, though.
But, you know, all jokes put off to the side, though, it is incredible to see that we have representation from here in the biggest game in the world. You know, everybody around the world is going to, like, watch. So what would that make you feel like to know that I made it to the NFL and now my team is playing for the biggest championship in the world, knowing that I'm from Youngstown?
Man, that's a feeling I definitely would like to experience one day, but honestly, I'd probably be lost for words for it like I am right now. Just think about it.
Yeah.
Just think about it. But, you know, hopefully I'm blessed with that opportunity, you know, to see how that feels in the future.
Yeah, man. Well, speaking about doing things in the future, this is your last go round. This is going to be your last year. You're going to leave everything out. What can people expect from you?
A bigger year than last year.
Bigger year than last year. Nothing else needs to be said. Appreciate you, my brother.
All right, man, bro. Thanks for having me.
Most definitely. Make sure y'all like and share this video. Shahaun Williams, ladies and gentlemen. God bless and see you next time.